Well, welcome to this week's edition of Mainely Motorsports. And I think it was almost 6 months ago to the day that I had you on the show at the Oxford 250. You were back up there strolling around in the race you love, right?
It's my favorite race.
Mike Lux loves the 250.
It's my favorite race of the year.
We were there. You opened that show with me and thought it was only fitting we'd bring you back on 6 months later. You're like once every 6 months. That's about all you're good for, right?
Well, thank you very much.
No, you're good for that. And, everybody knows and saw you a couple weekends ago up at the Northeast Motorsports Expo, saw your race car. But you know what's weird? This is usually basketball time for you. How are you fitting the basketball in with the racing? That's what I want to know.
It's a struggle, but I've kind of got the fever again for racing, and I went a few times this summer with my son, and then it just, I went to watch Mike, and he tried to start off racing this year with Carroll Hill Motorsports, and it didn't work out, and things didn't go well for him, and I just got discouraged, and hopefully this year we've ordered another new car for Mike and me to have in his shop, and hopefully things are going to work out beautiful.
No, I think it's going to be good, but it was pretty exciting to have you back around the Northeast Motorsports Expo, with your friends, Larry and Sandy and Clark Griswold and Tom, all the AARP group we call them.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. There's your group that you hang with and go with. You're going racing with a 14-year-old kid. I mean, that's something you've never, ever done.
I think the kid's got a ton of potential. I watched him race go-karts. I like him, and I think he's going to do just fine.
No, I think you're right, and he is a good kid. Obviously, he comes from the bloodline. His dad might not have all the accolades that his Uncle Ben has and his grandfather Mike have, but Tommy was a good racer in his own.
Yep.
He just chose to concentrate on the business and the family type of thing versus the racing. And but there was a lot of talk, and I heard a lot of people pointing at him throughout the week. Up there at the show, that he drives that car, he drives that car. So, I mean, he's coming in with a lot of pressure, but he seems to be handling it.
He'll be fine. He's going to have his grandfather there to help him, and whatever it takes. His grandfather is a die-hard racer. I watched this kid drive. I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, we rented the go-kart track up in Portland for New Year's, and he started off in basically a junk go-kart. He was the last one.
Done one, yeah.
And he came right to the front. He was smooth. I was impressed. I said, Mike, that boy's going to be a hell of a race car driver someday. And I still believe it. And we're going to find out. And I know he's going to do it. No matter what it takes, he's going to run up front eventually. Yeah. He'll have his bumps in the roads like anybody does in racing. But I think we'll do fine.
And it's totally different for you. You've been with the likes of Mike Rowe for many years. Before Mike Rowe was Bobby Gahan, Jeff Stevens. So you've never had to deal with that child type of racer, which is big nowadays. Back when you were with Mike starting out in Gahan, you didn't have those.
No.
I mean, I
wouldn't deal with them. I always wanted a veteran, the best that I could get. But I like him. I think he's going to be great. And I'm excited.
You should be, and the car was beautiful.
Thank you.
You won, the best appearing car for your division. Jeff Taylor built a brand new car.
He did a beautiful job for me. That car was just beautiful. And Sandy McKinnon's going to help us this year, and he's forgotten more than I'll ever know about racing. And I have my banker, Larry Terrio, out of Wells, Maine, that helps us with the racing financial part of it. And I think we're going to do a real good job this year. And I'm excited to be back up at Mike's shop. It's going to be like the old days. We won't have to ask people, can we go racing, what we're going to do? And I'm sure he'll race with some other people too this year. But when we want to go racing, we're going to have a race car there ready to go. Yeah, no, you're right. And, good people. The Rowe name is synonymous with Oxford Plains Speedway. And I keep going back to it, but I just can't get over the fact that he's a 14-year-old kid. But he just, he's still that kid. You saw him at the show running around playing with his buddies. But when you talk to him, he's very humble. He's very, a lot of 14-year-old kids would be strutting around that place. Look at my car. Look what I got. Look what I got. He wasn't that. No.
He was just willing to talk to anybody. And at the end of the day, he was just that kid going off with mom and dad and his brother and sisters,
Yeah, he's got to have the trial of learning. Everyone does. TJ Brackett told me when he first started racing, he crashed all the time. It took him quite a while to adjust. And that's a part of racing. But, Mike didn't agree with me about starting him off in a pro stock. He wanted to wait. Like I said, Mike was 14, 15 years old himself, and he started racing.
Yep.
So we might as well start. I love Oxford, always have. It's Friday nights. I'll be there. My son will be there. My son can go in the pits and help, and because I'm out of town most of the weekend, so I think it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, and you know, it was good to see you and everybody be up at the show. We're going to take a break. We come back. I want to talk about the other thing that we're working on and it's coming together that's really going to be a lot of fun and, you know, the other end of the spectrum, from the young to the old. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back here with Mike Lux.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scott's Recreation. We're ready with over $1 million in snowmobile trailers, from clamshells to 5-place enclosed. Enclosed trailers starting at $19.99 in a variety of brands. Nobody has a better selection or better prices. We also offer a great selection of aluminum horse trailers made right here in Maine. And our showrooms are full of snow gear, all at discounted prices. See it all in person or online.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine. Don't let the other guys rough you up. Shop online at otmotorsales.com.
Clark's Eastside Scrap and Westside Scrap, two of the region's most efficient scrap yards. Both locations have the latest and greatest equipment, along with large capacity scales that are constantly calibrated to ensure honest weights. Car crushing, roll-off containers, scrap metal. Clark's Eastside Scrap in Chelsea and Clark's Westside Scrap in Farmingdale. Don't fix it, scrap it.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Southern Maine Motors, out to be Maine's #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership, Route 1 Saco.
Now, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and here with a name that's synonymous with racing and row, Mike Lux, Lux Enterprises. We had a lot of success back in the day when we first partnered up and teamed up, and now we're looking to do that again without the third party.
Right.
He's gone off, getting married,
7
family,
kids, 7
building
kids.
a house, with a subdivision, coaching football. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott's got his hands full.
Steve Perry, Mike Lux, kind of getting back. I don't want to call it in bed together, but you know, we're going to be doing some things next year. Going to be fun, and try to put Mike Rowe back in Victory Lane on the Pass Tour. I mean, that's what you want. That's what I want, and we all know that's what Mike wants. Huh?
So it's the only reason I'm doing it. I can't stand him when he drives. You know, when he drove for another race team, I couldn't stand it. So
yeah, and you know, it is funny because a lot of these drivers with talent, like Mike, as they get further on in their career, now the sport's changed. You know, what can you do for me? Can you bring money? You know, the car owners want money, you know.
it's so expensive today.
You know, yeah, it's crazy. But, you know, then Mike gets in equipment, you know, and the guys worked hard, but things changed, and they just weren't able to get the results. The car owner, she didn't know what it took to run up front.
No,
you know what it takes to run up front.
She wanted to go to the racetrack.
I know what it takes to run up front.
You got to spend money.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
No, you have to spend money, and it doesn't matter. When you're on that Pro All-Star Series, whether you're at the Sportsman level, the mod level, or the Super Late Model level, you have to spend money.
Or to make the drive. You can have the best driver in the world, and look at that, for instance, it made him look terrible.
Yeah.
The car just wasn't up to the capabilities.
So, new car on order.
Yeah, I should get it in 3 weeks, the other one.
Yeah, you know, so we got another car coming from Jeff Taylor. Still putting all the pieces together as far as teams, you know, who's going to be there and working on it, but you know we're going to have the right people in place.
I think it'll all work out, hopefully.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's any drivers any better than Mike Rowe. Even the drivers today that are winning races and winning championships will tell you that's one tough son of a gun.
Well, you know how I feel about him anyway. I think he's the best there ever was, and that's just my opinion. There's a lot of great race car drivers out there.
Yeah.
But Mike's He doesn't give up. He doesn't complain.
No, he really doesn't.
He'll do whatever he can get out of that race car.
And we had a great time with him up at the show. You missed Friday night when he was presented with the Award of Excellence.
Basketball, I had to be there.
He had to be there. Yeah. And but Friday night with the Award of Excellence, adding his name to the list of Peter Prescott, Bob Baer, Ricky Craven, and Tim Attaya. He's going into the Hall of Fame this year. Doesn't mean he's old, just means he's eligible. It doesn't mean he's old. That's what me and him were talked. And then you got to witness him and his grandchildren and his son Tommy in the Pit Crew Challenge, which we lost. And
but they had fun though.
Who screwed up?
Mike Rowe himself.
And he admitted it. He was the one guy. His job was to make sure the air hose stayed out underneath the car, and he was so worried about Brianna and everything else, he forgot to do his job.
It's okay. He's got a better job coming up.
Yeah, no, and it's exciting. Right. And you got some. You mentioned the guys behind you. You got a couple other sponsors working on a couple other sponsors. So, could be a pretty exciting deal. And the ultimate goal is for him to add his name as the only 4-time winner of the Oxford 250.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Can he do it?
I think he can do it. I think he's got 5 or 6 more years left in him to race at least. He's got time. He's going to do it, I hope.
It's going to be fun. And, you make sure when you're at a Pro All-Star Series race, you stop by the trailer, have a hot dog, and...
No hot dogs. No hot dogs. We're done with the hot dogs.
We're not having hot dogs?
No. Hamburgers and steaks. No more hot dogs in my trailer.
Uh-oh. You're just breaking Carol Hill's heart.
No, I'm tired of hot dogs.
And
this is business. We're there to race, not to have food in that race car trailer. Them days are gone.
Okay.
If they want food, they can have it outside.
Okay, so I can't eat?
You can eat outside on the table.
Oh, my word. This is going to be our first power struggle.
Yeah.
And speaking of power struggle, though, one thing I want to touch on before we end our Mike Lux experiment here. How about that auction up there when we went to there at the show, and we were bidding on stuff, and
it was awesome. I had a blast bidding. Plus, it's all for a good cause.
All for a good cause, as they want to hopefully build a museum. And it was kind of funny. A couple of my highlights was, Mike's stuff up there. I mean, I didn't even know Mike still had some of his stuff, and we were bidding against that. And Dickie Fowler, who's one of his old, he's his current car owner, doing his stuff. He's bidding, and rumor has it on the street that Carol Hill's supposed to be bidding, but I think her guy forgot to put his hand up. Or maybe when it went above $25, that was as much as she was going to spend, huh?
Probably. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. I would have bid whatever it took.
Whatever it took.
It didn't matter.
And you did. And, it was funny. I was talking to the guy the other night that got the other suite tickets to Bob Bears. He was talking about when you were bidding against him. He says, me and my wife never discussed what my limit was. And then when you bid against him, he was glad that you dropped out.
Well, he was nice. He's going like this, please.
Yeah, so
he's a nice guy, Chris. So
yeah, and now with that auction, I know a lot of people with the weather Saturday and stuff missed some fun things up there at the show. But that auction, if you go on the northeastmotorsportsexpo.net website, see the pictures of some of the stuff. We got the micro fire suit, the micro helmet, and then to put Buzzy in it Sunday at the finals of the Pit Crew Challenge.
Oh, I wish I was there.
Carol wants that stuff,
She'll never get it.
The question I have, it costs $500 and something for it. Now that Mike Rowe has won it and Buzzy's won it, does the value go up or does the value come down?
Value goes up.
Value goes up. All right, well, this is Mike Lux, and I know Gunner Rowe, Mike Rowe, they're really appreciative of what you're doing this year. And
I'm sure. Nice people. I'm glad to be able to help out.
And be able to put Rose back in victory lane at Oxford.
Yeah, thank you again for having me on your show. It's a nice show. Thank you again.
Thank you, Mr. Mike Lux.
Goodbye.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organizations and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Well, that's my fill of Mike Locks. Once every 6 months, I'll let him on the show. It's like,
what's your problem with Mike Locks?
Could you watch Mike Locks on the show every week? He gets amped up, don't he?
Yeah.
Think we're having hot dogs in the trailer?
No.
You want to bet?
No, I know.
Listen, Carroll Hill, Mike Locks, that's the ranking order. Mark my word.
Hot dogs in the trailer?
No, it'll be an interesting
They'll be
summer.
outside on the table next to it maybe. But.
No, it'll be a fun summer, and you know, Mike, it is, you know, I mean, to give Gunner the opportunity.
You know what's fun is to see Lux as amped up as he is about racing at this point right now. Like it was like he was down a little bit for a year or so, you know, a few years. He just didn't have that spark, and now he's got that spark.
Oh, he's got it back. I mean,
oh yeah.
So it'll be fun, and I know he was happy with his car winning an award up there. And
yeah.
Speaking of awards, I mean, Friday night we just hammered out the awards, huh?
Yeah, and you know, I think that worked the best. We set a time, bam.
I would have liked to have seen, you know, all the winners of the Mainlys, but you're asking everybody in every category to come up,
right?
But you know, they weren't able to. But it was neat to have the ones that were there. And
yeah, you had 90% of them that were
so.
there.
No, I think so, and obviously Austin being in down in North Carolina,
right? I mean, but to see the faces on like Colby Benjamin, you know, and these young kids and stuff like that, it shows how much they mean.
And those Mainlys every year now. I remember when we first started, I think we got 4,500, 5,000 votes, and I mean now year 5 or 6, I think we're year 6, we're over 8,000 votes. Yeah. So when you win it, and it was so funny because, you know, I try to just hope people are coming, and I know which ones are going to be there. They got a car there, or they're notoriously always at the show. So I made a couple phone calls on Friday to see if I could get some people to come up, and you know, I called Brian Burgess, and he wasn't, you know, I'm in Skowhegan, you know, and I really wish you'd come, Brian. I really, you know, I'd appreciate it, and you know, try to explain to him about it, and so he ended up coming. He called me Monday after the show, and said, you know, I want to thank you for making me come. I said, well, no, you know, it's your choice. And he goes, no. He goes, I didn't realize how big a deal it was until Sunday morning when I was getting phone calls and text messages and from a lot of people, you know, congratulating on him. You know, and that the crew chief of the year, and you know, the rookie of the year, and the driver of the years, and all that. It's just such a big deal for. In my eyes, to get that stuff, because you're not only going up, you've accomplished all you can accomplish for the race season.
Yeah.
Now you're being voted on by your peers, by the fans, by the people that follow.
And it's pretty much through the whole state.
Through the whole state, you're going up against guys from not only your track, but other tracks and other organizations.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. It's great to see the crowd get into it, you know. And I think one of my favorite moments of the whole awards was seeing Richard and Vanessa get the promoters of the year and stuff like that. I thought that was real.
Yeah, that was
real exciting for
them. You know,
them.
Because there's a track that's been stagnant for 2 years.
Year and a half, basically, they're into it.
And you know, they from where they started to where they ended up. You know, and then obviously Mike with his prestigious award we talked about earlier. But you know, for those people that didn't see the Mainlys, we're going to show them now and pop them up on screen. You'll be able to see who won, because I know I'm still getting a lot of people wanting to know who won different categories. So. You know, enjoy this. There's the Mainlys. You'll see who all the winners are. And we'll take a break, and we'll be back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Here we go. One step at a time. Don't be living on the line. I don't need a friend. I got more than on the mind. Sunshine in my brain, making everyone complain. Radio in the heart. Don't be being so strange. I'm losing it, baby, where have you been? Everybody says that you're moving again. I don't wanna be right, baby, every single night. And I could tell you a thing about taking your time. It's making me nervous, yeah. One step at a time, don't be living on the line. I don't need a friend. I got more than on my mind. Sunshine in my brain, making every
At Southern Maine Chrysler Dodge Jeep, we truly do make it easy for our customers every step of the way.
At Southern Maine Motors, they made it really easy to find a car I like because of their wide selection, and they also help me finance.
At Southern Maine Motors, they make me feel like family. They made it so easy.
Looking for a new 2013 Chrysler, Dodge, or Jeep? You've got to check them out. You can't afford not to.
We are under construction, but we are open, so come on in, we'll make it easy.
The summer clearance event is going on now.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scotch Recreation. We're ready with over $1 million in snowmobile trailers, from clamshells to 5-place enclosed. Enclosed trailers starting at $19.99 in a variety of brands. Nobody has a better selection or better prices. We also offer a great selection of aluminum horse trailers made right here in Maine. And our showrooms are full of snow gear, all at discounted prices. See it all in person or online.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the Southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Well, in only its second year, the Pit Stop Challenge up at the Northeast Motorsports Expo has proven to be one of the big events, big hits, and highlights of the weekend. You know, the thing I like about it is, you know, anybody that goes, buys a ticket, or is participating in the show can be a part of something. You know, you can try it out. We all watch on TV. We all are amazed by the pit stops that these guys are able to put together on the Cup, nationwide, and truck side of things. So, even on the local level with the Pro All-Star Series or the ACT Tour, you know, you'll see some races where tire changes come into play, and, you know, you'll watch guys come out, and Johnny Clark's crew was notorious for it, you know, coming in 6th, coming out 2nd, and, you know, to pass cars on pit road, we all know it's so much easier to pass cars when they're on the pit road or in the pits than it is on the racetrack. So, you know, gave us the insight to want to do this last year's show, and then this year's show we wanted to continue. And, you know, I really appreciate, you know, Scott Blake and Hell of a Good for stepping up to making it possible to give away the awards and the prizes we did, as well as the other sponsors that all stepped up. And if you go to the northeastmotorsportsexpo.net, you'll see some of the sponsors that listed and posted and allowed us to give away 55 gallons of fuel, gift certificates, you know, oil, jackets, hoodies, just everything that was you know, able to be done. So really, really a good time. And, you know, I think we'll spend the rest of the show showing some highlights. In this segment, we'll show highlights of the 3 fun categories, so to speak, you know, putting the media teams against each other. The ladies, we had 3 ladies teams, and lo and behold, the only team to go over 2 minutes for the weekend, changing 4 tires, was my ladies team. So I guess I got to do a little better job training. And then the tracks and tours, we encourage the tracks and tours to put a team together and come out and try their hand against each other. And so I think we'll show the highlights of that for this segment, and some of the things that went on.
I'm telling you, they got wheels back on in 20 seconds. That's it. Gotta pick up that rim. The left side of the car is in the air. Wheels coming up. Wheels going back on the car. All right, the rest of the crew coming over to help out. We're gonna ask how many of the Steve girls does it take to put on a tire. A big round of applause for the time of 2 minutes and 41 seconds. These girls mean business. Look at them go. Cars coming up on the left side. Wheels coming off. Lug nuts are looking real tight. Jack is down. The clock will stop at 1 minute 34 seconds. Wow. as he closes the cars down, everybody on the backstretch wall, the clock will stop at 1 minute 32 seconds. On the inside. The wall, the clock is stopped at 59 seconds. That's a new record here this weekend. Go! 10 seconds into it, we're going to get the front wheel off. That's a good sign. Lug nut's already coming off. Jack out of the car. Driver is down. Going to get all the team on the backstretch wall. 1 minute, 5 seconds. And go! Lug nut's all back on the front. Wheels off the car. New wheels going back on. This might be the team to beat. Car is down. We're going to get him back on the wall. Stop the clock. Clock stops at 1 minute, 2 seconds. Lug nut's coming off the car real fast. Car comes up on the left side. Car comes down. Everybody has to get on the wall to stop the clock. And the official time will stop at 1 minute, 30 seconds. Air gun gets jammed up by the tire. Goes down. Jackman makes his way around to the left side. The clock at 1 minute 13 seconds. These guys, Team Nelcar, take your track and touring division Pit Stop Challenge Championship for 2014. Let's give them a big round of applause. Jack is down, making our way around. These guys aren't looking too bad. Our little McKay friend over there, lots of smiles. The socket is under the car. He's got it. Wow, look at that Jackman. He just flew over the back quarter of this car.
Take your hands to one hand like a female.
A little bit of help. The clock will stop at 1 minute 20 seconds. Unfortunately, the lug nut go. Car's going down. They're going to make their way over to the left. Lug nut's going on. The clock is still running. They still have on Jack going down. And the clock will stop at 1 minute 12 seconds. They are your new leaders. Now, who wants to take a bet? Who Steve Perry blames if they don't win this one? She's doing good. She's doing good. Wheels back on. So far, they hold the split times. Oh, Steve. Mike Rowe ready with the tire. Jefferson ready with the tire. Wheels are off and on the backstretch walls. The clock is still running. Take the 5 seconds. The clock was stopped at 1 minute 12 seconds. Big round of applause. Everybody, Speedway Illustrated is your media champions. Donate their winnings to.
The Wreaths for Soldiers that Speedway 95 is involved with, and we're thankful to Mike Luck for what he does and extends this through the media, but he's the real hero here along with our soldiers.
All right, great job, guys. Congratulations on winning the media championship.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organizations and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
We've got the car you've been looking for at OT Motor Sales. Shop online at otmotorsales.com.
Hello racers, I'm Amanda with Butler McMaster. Since our beginning, we have been an integral member of the New England racing industry. We played a key role in the development of the crate engine program. We are an official Ford racing parts dealer offering drop shipping on crate engines, as well as complete competition-ready packages. We are a one-stop machining and parts source. Check out our website for more information. This fall, we are offering a special on your postseason engine refreshes.
If you are one of the first 20 customers turning their engine in between October 21st and November 18th, we will give you your dyno test for free. That's a $300 saving.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainely Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
Then when it came time for the regular pit stop and qualifying and everything for the regular challenge, we gave them 4 times that they had to put teams together and come in and qualify. And what that did was that put your best time up. We sat down Saturday night, went through them, brought back the top 16 teams time-wise. We had a couple of little things we had to change. You know, a couple of teams up in the top had 4 of the same team members. We're not going to allow that. We want, you know, you came back Sunday, you had your one shot. So you found your team. Other teams had to replace people, but you had one shot to go after it. And, you know, it was pretty neat because we bring them back. We go in bracket form, you know, 1 versus 16. So the times you turned to get into the top 16, it didn't matter. It was over. You were starting on square one. And top time between, you know, team 1 and team 16 moved on to the second round. And, you know, it was pretty neat because every round you saw things get quicker. And the things we did different from Friday to Saturday and then to Sunday was I treated Friday and Saturday, the qualifying round, like Saturday night racing. You come in with a flat, you whip the lug nuts off, you change the tire, you got to find the lug nuts, they're on the ground, somebody's looking for lug nuts for you, that type of stuff. We had them on the ground, you did it that way. But Sunday, I say glued, but they were a sticky Teflon type of thing, the lug nuts on, and then that was cup style. You came in, you took 4 off, you put 4 on. You know, you might knock a lug off, but for the most part, they stayed on and everybody zinged them, and that's why you were able to see the times on Sunday just keep dropping round by round by round. You know, so we're going to show you some highlights. When we come back in the next segment, we're going to show you the finals. And as Team Oddballs went up against Team Benjamin, and you know, Team Benjamin each round didn't really necessarily have the best time, but when it counted and the money was on the line, Team Benjamin stepped up. So enjoy the highlights from the Pit Stop Challenge. I'm sure you, if you weren't there, you might see some friends of yours or that were participating, and we plan on coming back next year. You know, if not the same, it will be at least the same, but maybe a little better, and enjoy everybody, and I'm glad everybody that had a good time with it.
Finish tightening up the wheels. Left rear wheel is all that's left. Lug nuts going on, the whole crew helping out. There it is, it's on the studs. Time to lock it down. And the clock will stop when everybody hits the wall. 1 minute, 13 seconds. 13 Dealshaw race cars. Having some trouble getting the studs lined up on this side. On the right front and the right rear. Jack Vincentelli's going to make his way around to the other side of the car, left side. Boyer slings the wheel right over to the wall, puts on the new one. Left front's getting tightened up. Evan Boyer tightening up the left rear. The clock will stop at 1 minute, 10 seconds. Another great time. On the jack, gets the car up real fast. Both new tires on the right side. Lug nuts going on with only 20 seconds on the clock. They're doing pretty well. Bob Dupsel making his way around to the left side to jack up. I think this is the best halfway mark that we've seen so far. Wheels going back on the left side. Lug nuts going on real fast. Everybody on the wall to stop the clock. the air. All tight on the left rear, waiting on the left front. Jack is down, the clock will stop when he hits the backstretch wall. 1 minute, 3 seconds, that's a pretty good time. All right, wheels back on, the wheel kids are on the tires, look at them go. Car goes up on the left side, wheels are already off, new wheels going back on. Left that's going back on, the car's down on the ground, Greg Emerson falls into the wall. And they stop the clock at 59.25. 2, 1, go! I don't know if you guys saw this last year, but Steve Perry is the most competitive person you'll ever meet when it comes to stuff like this. Steve Perry putting the lug nuts back on. Car goes down soft, they hit the backstretch wall, and stops the clock with 1 minute and 12 seconds. There we go. Wheels are off and onto the backstretch wall. Get on that backstretch wall. Stop the clock. Car is on the ground. The clock will stop at 1 minute 8 seconds. So far they have a perfect car. We're going to check the... Lug nuts going back on. Colby Benjamin will grab the wheel he took off and wheel it back over to the pit wall. Gunner Road jacking up the car on the left side. Wheels are already flying off the car. Left rear tire. The car comes down. Get on that backstretch wall, Cable. Let's stop the clock at 1 minute 40 seconds. A great job out of these youngsters. All right, lug nuts going everywhere over here. Back on. All right, the car down. Everyone on the wall stops at 58.64 seconds.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel. Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
Clark's Car Crushing, providing guaranteed honest weights with top dollar being paid.
Go! These guys going up against last year's champion, Team Benjamin. New wheels already going on the car, lug nuts are getting tight. Left side of the car goes up as the lug nuts go flying everywhere. them on the backstretch wall to stop the clock at 43.44 seconds. Run, go! They gotta do better than last time on the 43-second run. Lug nuts are off, wheels off. New wheels going back on. One lug nut off. They're gonna back off. Left side of the car goes up. The whole team's gonna hit the backstretch wall in less than 45 seconds. Jack's off, the clock will stop at 37 seconds. Go! Alright, left hand going back on. Left side of the car goes up, hitting the girl with the new wheel, ready to go. Remember guys, it's not about time at this point, it's about beating the other team. A good speed, a good time, as the clock stops at 40.73 seconds, not their best time. Go! On the car already, only 13 seconds into this run. They've got to beat 40 seconds. Looking real good so far as Mike with the big checks over the car. All teammates have to be touching the wall to stop the clock. Lundgren's going back on the car. .4 seconds. Go! These guys looking real fast so far. 10 seconds and the wheels are already going back on the car. They make their way around to the left side of the car. Guys ready to help assist put the wheels back on. Steve Perry hustles out of the way. The clock stops at 35.90 seconds. Go! Nice catch. That puts the forehand on the Hoosiers. Under 20 seconds to hurry on the left side, guys. This was going to be good. Old tires coming off, new tires going on. Get those lug nuts tight. The clock stops at 37.03. Go! Right back where we were last year for the first time. We brought out the pit stop challenge, and we're back where we started as the last two teams being the same. Benjamin taking the championship. Oddballs finishing second. Under 20 seconds, they're already on the left side. That's a good split. Car goes up. Tires on the wall. Jackman's ready to set the car down. Still looking good. Another 35 seconds. Lug nuts going on. Jackman down. They hit the backstretch wall. The clock stops at 38.03 seconds. And go! Those guys in the air guns not missing a single lug stud as they come off. New wheels going back on. A timer at 12 seconds. This is going to be a battle to the end. Car goes up on the left side. Wheels are off. Lug nuts everywhere. New tires going back on. We're at 25 seconds. It's still anybody's race. Lug nuts on pause on the ground. Get on the wall to stop the clock at 31 seconds. Oh my God.
the right price, otmotorsales.com.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. As we wrap up this week's episode and give you kind of our final take on the Northeast Motorsports Expo, we try to do the seminars, the spotter seminar, the sponsorship seminar, not as well attended as we hope, but people that went to them got something out of it. So that's all you can ask. And I'm a big one on, you can't worry about who doesn't go or who doesn't participate. You need to worry about who is there and participate and take care of them. And I appreciate Bob Guptill, Texas Roadhouse, the Northeast Mini Stock Tour, as well as Sean Waddell Communications and Racing Electronics for putting on the seminars and bringing some product back to the people that are racers or the spotters or the people just involved in the sport. But that brings me to what was another big event for the weekend up there, and that was the Maine Vintage Race Car Association's auction. They had a silent auction and a live auction, and we participated in the silent auction. We walked around. We ended up getting a few things. But that live auction, I know they were nervous. I talked to Buster, Bruce, I talked to Dodo, a few of them on Saturday morning with the weather. They were very, very, very concerned. All the work they had put in and, ice on the roads was just going to take it all away from them. And I'll tell you, they didn't get the crowd they wanted. There was people that weren't able to make it, stuck in traffic, stuck on the highway. But the crowd they had there was enthusiastic. They were bidding, and I'll tell you, it was so much fun. Rosie Gary, he made it fun. I've never been to an auction, so it was kind of like my first type of auction like that. We're a professional auctioneer. I mean, I've been to auctions. I shouldn't say I have never been, but Rosie's a professional auctioneer. So to hear the whole mumble jumbo rattle, that was pretty neat. And then, I've never seen an auctioneer climb up on the chair and get in somebody's grill. And really, and it was so much fun. And I went in wanting some items, had a few items I wanted. Ended up taking home every item I wanted. That's what an auction is, I guess. Thanks to my friend Mike Lux that was on earlier today. We kind of teamed up on some things, and and really, I'll tell you, this picture that I got from the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway champions, 1981 to 1988. It's just pictures, I know that, but the history and the board, and that's when I was really starting to think that I wanted to be involved in the sport more than just a spectator. I raced a couple of those years, wasn't very good, that's why I didn't race many years, but remember sitting in the stands and watching those guys and some of the battles that I saw, and pretty neat. And now my ultimate goal is to search each and every one of them out and have them sign underneath their picture. I'm fortunate that every one of them are still alive, so I'm going to be able to get the whole board done, and I am going to do that. That's my goal for this summer. So you'll see me walking around with this big picture at Summerfest or at some racetracks or maybe racing preview, and really, really anxious and really excited about what I did get. And I appreciate everybody that supported the auction. I know they were a little apprehensive at first in the morning, but at the end of the day, they were all very happy. And I got phone calls from a few of them. I got a nice letter from Gail Libby. So all very appreciative of everybody that went in and stepped up and spent some money on the silent side of things at a live auction. And we got some highlights. And I want to thank Dave McGuire and Dave Stewart for being up there with cameras all weekend. And that's what enabled you, because anybody that was at the Northeast Motorsports Expo saw how busy and how animated and how running around I am. So I don't know where I'd find time to do any filming. So because of Dave Stewart and Dave McGuire being there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we were able to bring you highlights and show you the Pit Crew Challenge and show you some highlights from the auction, which was pretty unique. So enjoy this, and I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports. Thank you once again to everybody that participated in the Northeast Motorsports Expo, and be thinking about racing preview. So we'll see you next time right here on Mainly Motorsports.
Appreciate all of you coming out. As you know, if racing is in your blood, as I know it is if you're here on a day like this, this is to benefit the Maine Vintage Race Car Association, which sponsors the Maine Motorsports Hall of Fame. And I know you're all familiar with the mobile museum. We hope one day to have a building to honor this great sport that we all love. Appreciate you all coming out today. Our auctioneer is Rosie Gary. He's going to be taking over in just a moment. Buster Downing has chaired the committee that has worked hard to collect all these items, and we've had a lot of help from many who've not only raced here in the north but raced down south. Andy Santez with us. Andy's been a big help in this effort, and his wife Sue.
Please keep in mind, everything is broke, nothing works, no returns, you buy it, you own it. Any questions before we start? Item number one, what do you got there? What is it? What do we got here, Dodo? What is it?
We got a gift certificate for ASM Graphics.
Gift certificate, vinyl graphics, ASM graphics here. Warren Hamilton, donated by Warren Hamilton. Hey, what do you say? Bring it on down. It's all going to be now, bring it down. Who'll start the bidding right now? Who'll start the bidding right now? Who'll give me 400 to start? 400 to start, bidding right now. $400. $400. Do I see 300? Way under the money. Way under the money right now. Give me 300 to start. Where do you want to start? Give me $100. $100 to start right now. I have 100 here, now 150. Now 150. I have 100 here, now 150. Takes 2 people for an auction. 2 people. Otherwise that, we call it theft. You wake up tomorrow morning and you've lost this, you're going to be some ripped off at yourself. Think this over real quick. You have 2 seconds. 1 second 1, 1 second 2. He bought it, number 312. Buys. Give him a round of applause. Item number 2. Item number 5. Jeff Burgess, Family Racing, race car door. There you are, right there. Hey, what are you saying? How many dollars going to bid now? Who starts the bidding? Give me $100. Right here, $100. $100. Who starts the bidding? Give me $50 to start. Benefit auction, $50. $50. Should see it everywhere. Should see it everywhere in the house. Give me $50. I'm going to go as low as 25. That's as low as I'm going to go. Do I see 25? 25. Any interest to start the bidding at 25? Jeff Burgess, $25. 25. 25 here, now 35. Now 35. Let's have another player. Now 35. Do I hear 35 anywhere? Any interest at 35? 25 going once. 25 going twice. Make a hell of a sled. You got it. Next item.
Here we go, people. It's the one everybody wants. That's a Dale Earnhardt.
This is a commemorative Dale Earnhardt Senior Epiphone guitar, embossed with all his championships. Donated by Teresa Earnhardt.
Lessons by Bob Turner.
Lessons by Bob Turner.
I can tell that.
Yes, go ahead, Bruce.
We got to thank Rex Garrett for arranging for this. Teresa Earnhardt did donate it. Rex offered to pay for it. She said no. Her big thing now is the Dale Earnhardt Foundation. She said maybe one day the Maine Vintage Race Car Group and the Maine Hall of Fame might be able to support the Dale Earnhardt Hall of Fame. So this is a very limited edition. This was produced by Gibson, the Epiphone division. These are the guitars that were used at a commemorative concert. People like Brooks and Dunn in Alabama were there. They used 6 of these. They're a very limited number, certificate of authenticity, and this is a kind of a one-of-a-kind. Boys travel the country touring and said they've never seen one, so they're very limited. So believe me, that is a collector's item.
Anybody interested in this guitar?
300.
I have a 300 opening bid, way under reserve. 500. Do I hear 600? 600. You're way under reserve, so you're safe. Do I hear 600? I'm at 500, now 600. 600, now 700. Now 700. It's well worth it. Well, 700, now 800. Now 800. Well worth it. You're not going to get one of these on eBay. 900. Now 900. I'm at $800. Now 900, huh? Okay, hold on a second. $800. Where's my $800 bid? Step right up, young man. Right there?
I was 7.
You're 7. You're not a young man, excuse me.
You're trying.
Do you play? Do you play guitar? No. You bought it. What's your number? That's the last item. Thank you very much. Give you a round of applause.
Team B consisting of Rob Cable, Greg Emerson, JT Thurlow, David White, and Steve Perry. I don't know if you guys saw this last year, but Steve Perry is the most competitive person you'll ever meet when it comes to stuff like this. Perry goes down. You guys saw the tire over here. I don't know what's going on over there, but it sounds pretty exciting. Cart goes down soft, they hit the backstretch wall, and stops the clock with 1 minute and 12 seconds. Here it comes. This is the part where Steve Perry blames everybody else to see a media challenge.